Hi everyone, welcome to Eve Math Tutoring. Today's lesson is on solving a system of equations by determinants, and we're going to do that by using Cramer's rule. So if you're given a system of equations, in the following form, then Cramer's rule states that x and y can be solved in the following way. So according to Cramer's rule, x would be equal to the following, the determinant, and this is using determinants to solve the system of equations. Okay, so Cramer's rule would state C1, C2, B1, B2 over A1, A2, and B1, B2. And y would be solved using determinants in the following way. So y would be A1, the determinant of the following, C2, A1, A2, and B1, B2. So the determinant, okay. So basically, Cramer's rule is the following. So you can find x and y solving the following determinants for this system of, if you want to solve, say, a system of equation in the following form. And usually for these A's, B's, and C's, you would have numbers. Okay. So I'm going to actually do an example, and we're going to solve a system of equations by determinants or by using Cramer's rule. It could be stated in either way. Okay, so here's the general rule, and now we're going to go ahead and try a question. So the question could say, solve by determinants, or it could say, solve using something around here. Sorry, just one second. Okay, so it could say solve using Cramer's rule. Okay. So you might be given system of equations in the following way: 2x minus 3y equals 1, and x plus 4y equals -5. So if we were asked to solve this system of equations by determinants or using Cramer's rule, so we would solve it in the following way. So the first thing we're going to do is, now you remember Cramer's rule was the following. So when we had an equation in the form a1x plus b1y equals c1, and then a2x plus b2y equals c2, then we would solve x in the following way and y in the following way. So x was c1, c2, b1, b2, the determinant of those numbers, over a1, a2, b1, b2, and then y was a1, a2, a2, c1, c2, a1, a2, b1, b2, b1, b2. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to solve, maybe let's solve this part here at the bottom. So our just our A1, A2, B1, B21. So we're going to solve that first, okay? So I'm just going to put a little symbol here for the determinant of that part. So I'm going to do my A. So in this case, my A1 is equal to 2, my B1 is equal to -3, and my C1 is equal to 1. My A2 is equal to 1. My B2 is equal to 4, and my C2 is equal to -5. So you just pull the numbers out in front of, each one, okay? So once you have that, it's easy to solve X and Y. And we don't even need to actually use symbols. I'll just take that out, change my mind on that. So if I want to go ahead and solve for X and Y, say I want to solve for X, so that's going to be the determinant of C1, C2, so 1, -5, B1, B2, so -3, 4, and then on the bottom is going to be A1, A2, so 2, 1, B1, B2, so -3, 4. Okay. And then my Y is going to be, the bottom is going to be the same, so 2, 1, -3, 4. And the top is going to be A1, A2, the determinant of 2, 1. And then instead of the other B1, B2, we've got C1, C2, so that's going to be 1, -5. Okay, so you plug those in, just using the formula, nice and easy. So using Cramer's rule. We use Cramer's rule to solve systematic equations by determinants. Okay, so now we just go ahead and solve those. So we're going to do the determinant of the top first. So that's going to be 1 times 4 minus -3 times -5. And then using the rule of determinants. So as you remember the rule of determinants, if you have something like this, it's just going to be AD minus BC. Just general determinants, how to solve general determinants. To solve the determinant of something in this form, you multiply these two, subtract these two. So B times C. So that's how I'm getting the top numbers. So I'm doing 1 times 4 minus -3 times -5. Then over here, same thing, 2 times 4, 2 times 4 minus, and then -3 times 1. Okay? So that's what I get there. I'm going to go ahead and simplify it a little bit more. So we get 4 minus 15 over 8 minus -3, so that becomes +3. So when I simplify that, I get -11 over 11, which is equal to -1 for my X value. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and solve the Y now. So determinant of this, 2 times -5 minus 1 times 1. And this is 2 times 4 minus -3 times 1. So that's going to be -10 minus 1 over 8 plus 3, which is -11 over 11, which is also equal to -1. So we got our answer. Okay, so we solved for X and Y using Cramer's rule or determinants. Okay, so that's how you would solve that system of equation by determinants. Okay, so that's that. I just want to quickly just go over something. If you're given a question, so if you're given, the standard form, any question in this, like the one we just did, where you have the X and the Y equaling to a number, 6 plus 3, y equals 5, you can just go ahead and solve it the way I just did previously. But if you have, say, something like this, y equals 2x minus 3, and then x equals 19 minus -3y, you do want to rearrange this so it's in the form, a1x plus or minus b1y equals, c1, and then a2x plus or minus b2y equals, sorry, plus, not plus or minus, it should be plus c2. So what you're going to do, like in this case, what you can do is you can actually bring the 2 overs out. This should be rewritten before you actually start the question. Okay, so if you're given a question where it's mixed up, what you want to do is write bring the 2 overs. I'm going to write it, bring the 2 over here, it becomes negative. When I bring it to the left side, the 2x plus y equals negative 3. So I rearrange the first equation. And then the second equation, I'm going to bring that y over. The x stays where it is. When I bring the y over, it becomes plus 3y equals 19. So as you see, I rewrote this system of equations in this way so that it's easier for me to solve it using by determinants using Cramer's rule. Okay, so you do want to rearrange the equation like in the following way, and once you do, you can actually go ahead and, like, once you have it set up in this way, you can go ahead and solve it using Cramer's by determinants or using Cramer's rule. Okay, so that's another hint about that, and I think that is it. All right, so that is solving a system of equations by determinants using Cramer's